Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, let us start. Remember, we have been learning Chapter 6 Secondary Activities. Yesterday, we discussed about classification of manufacturing industries. In that, we have learned that on the basis of system, modern large-scale manufacturing industries can be grouped under two categories. Those are traditional large-scale industrial regions. Another one is high-tech industrial regions. So today we shall discuss about the same. Now I shall share my screen. So here is the text. Traditional large-scale industrial regions here. So these are based on heavy industry. Generally, traditional large-scale industrial regions are based on heavy industry, like for example, iron steel industry, then heavy engineering industries. Okay, so these industries often are located near the coal fields, and they engage in metal smelting, heavy engineering, chemical manufacturing, or textile production. And these industries are now known as smokestack industries. So traditional large-scale industrial regions are now known as smokestack industries. Then how can we recognize such industrial regions? How can we recognize traditional industrial regions? So we can recognize traditional industrial regions by examining the following characteristics. Okay, so let us read this area. So traditional industrial regions can be recognized by high proportion of employment in manufacturing industry. So there is high proportion of employment, that is a large number of workers are there. Large numbers of workers are employed. There is high density housing, often of inferior type and poor services. So nearby the factory, there will be quarters, okay, for the workers. There will be houses for the workers. That is of a high density and often interior type and poor services. So utility services, this sanitation, then water supply, all these are poor. Okay, the services are poor. Then unattractive environment, for example, pollution, wash heaps nearby the factory or in and around the quarters, so on. Okay, are there. Then in the long run, there is a problem of unemployment, then immigration, derelict lane areas caused by closure of the factories because of worldwide fall in the demand. If there is fall in the demand of the product, then the factory will be closed and it may be dismantled and thus leaving the surface useless. Okay, there will be derelict. All the broken pieces of the factories will be lying here in the air. So if you examine such characteristics in a particular area, then you can identify that that region is a traditional large-scale industrial region. Okay, any question, boys and girls? Now let us
No, sir.
okay, good. Then now let us discuss about it with examples. Okay, see here we have a Ruhr coalfield or Ruhr industrial region in Germany. Once it was a traditional one, but now it has been transformed into a high-tech industrial region. How it is that? Let us see. Okay, so Ruhr industrial region in Germany, if we look at on a world map, it is here. Okay, it is here. Ruhr industrial region, it is in Germany, and if we look at it on the map of the world, then it is here. Then so this is the location of Ruhr region in the country Germany. Okay, see the red spot, that is Ruhr region in Germany, and this is the map of Ruhr region. Okay, this is the map. Now let us read the text. So this has been one of the major industrial regions of Europe for a long time. Coal and iron and still form the basis of economy in the Ruhr region. But as the demand for coal declined, the industry started shrinking. Okay, declining. Even after the iron was exhausted, the industry remained using imported ore brought by waterways to the Ruhr region. So this Ruhr region is responsible for 80% of Germany's total steel production. So in due course of time, changes in the industrial structure have led to the decay of some areas, and uh, here there are problems industrial waste and pollution. Okay, this in the Ruhr region, there has been problems of industrial waste and pollution. The future prosperity of Ruhr is based less on the products of coal and steel, for which it was initially famous. Now, okay, more on new industries like huge Opel car assembly plant, then new chemical plant, then universities. Once, Ruhr industrial region was famous for the traditional large-scale manufacturing industries which use coal, okay, iron ore. But nowadays, the importance of these industries has been declining. Okay, so now this reason is the prosperity of this region lies more on the new industries like huge Opel car assembly. You know, Opel car is a big company in Germany, okay, manufacturing car. And here in this plant, cars are manufactured using these robotics, and cars are assembled using assembly lines. Okay, new chemical plants are sprung up here in Ruhr. New universities are established in this Ruhr region, and out of town shopping centers have appeared, resulting in new Ruhr landscape. That means the Ruhr region has been transformed from the traditional one to the high-tech one. Okay, with this Opel car assembly line, then these new universities, new chemical plants, and out-of-town shopping centers. Okay, this Ruhr region has a new landscape. So this is about the Ruhr industrial region in Germany. Next, we have iron and steel industry, another traditional large-scale manufacturing, that is iron and steel industry. I think you are very much familiar with this type of industry because we have learned in the lower classes also. So let us read. The iron and steel industry forms the base of all other industries, and therefore it is called a basic industry. Yesterday also we talked about it. Iron and steel industry is known as basic industries because it forms the base of all other industries. It is basic because it provides raw material for other industries such as machine tools used for other industries, used for further production. It may also be called heavy industry because it uses large quantities of bulky raw materials and products are also heavy. So iron steel industry is also known as basic industry. It is also known as heavy industry because the raw material used are heavy and bulky. For example, iron, then coal, these are heavy and bulky commodities. The product that is steel is also heavy, and that is why it is also known as heavy industry. So what is going on in the iron steel industry? It is given here. Iron is extracted from iron ore by smelting in a blast furnace. Okay, in a blast furnace with carbon, that is coal, coke, that is refined coal, and a limestone. The molten iron is cooled and molded to form pig iron, which is used for converting into steel by adding strengthening materials like manganese. Okay, so now let us see some diagrams and photographs. See here. See, this is a schematic diagram depicting a blast furnace. Okay, so here the molding, then heating, cooling, everything is done using electricity or coal or other source of energy. Let us not go in detail. Then so this is the photograph showing a blast furnace. Here the smelting work is done. Okay, and this is another photograph showing a blast furnace. This is electric arc furnace. So after smelting the iron, so we get pig iron. Okay, we get pig iron and different other types of iron. Say for example, this is a photograph showing sponge iron. Okay, and this is a photograph showing pig iron, and again it will be smelted and manganese will be mixed, and after that we will get stainless steel. So this is one of the product. Okay, pig iron, then sponge iron, all these are the products of the iron and steel industry, the first product. And this is another product, and such kind of product is known as ingot steel. And from these brick sap steels again we can make different other steel products. Okay, so let us continue. Any question, boys and girls? Let us continue. The large integrated steel industry is traditionally located close to the source of the raw materials. So most of the traditional iron and steel industries are located close to the source of the raw materials like iron ore, coal, manganese, and limestone. Okay, or at other places, this could be easily brought. That is, sometimes it may be located nearby the port also. When we import iron ore and coal from other countries, okay, then we can look at these iron steel industries nearby the port also. But mini steel plants, okay, mini steel mills or the plants, access to market is more important for the smaller one. For the mini steel plants, access to market, that is nearness to the market, is more important than the inputs. For the large scale one, nearness to the raw material is very important. For the mini steel plants, nearness to the market is very important. Okay, then because there are less expensive to build and operate and can be located near market because of abundance of scrap metal. So most of the mini plants uses scrap metal, the recycled one. and that is why it can be located nearby the marketplace also. So this is about the iron steel plants. Now let us discuss about distribution. Okay, distribution of the iron and steel plants. The industry is one of the most complex and capital intensive industries, and is concentrated in the advanced countries of this North America, Europe, and Asia. Okay, so in USA, most of the production comes from North Appalachian region, that is Petersburg area. This is a very old mountain range. Okay, then Great Lake region. In the Great Lake region also we have Chicago, Gary, Erie, Cleveland, Lorraine, Buffalo, Duluth, and the Atlantic coast, that is Perros Point and Morrisville. Nowadays, the industry has also moved towards the southern states of the United States of America, like Alabama. Okay, and Petersburg area is now losing ground. The Appalachian region, okay, the Appalachian region, Petersburg area is now losing its ground. That is exhausted. The raw materials exhausted. It has now become the Rust Bowl of USA. And in Europe, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, Netherlands, and Russia are the leading producers of iron and steel. The important steel centers are Scunthorpe, then Port Talbot, Birmingham, Sheffield, okay, in the United Kingdom, Duisburg, Dortmund, Düsseldorf, Essen in Germany, La Creusot, Saint Etienne in France, Moscow, St. Petersburg, Lipetsk, Tula in Russia, Kryvyi Rog, Donetsk in Ukraine. Then in Asia, important centers include Nagasaki, Tokyo, Yokohama in Japan, Shanghai, Tianjin, Wuhan in China. In India, okay, Jamshedpur, Kulti, Burnpur, Durgapur, Rourkela, Bhilai, Bokaro, Salem, Visakhapatnam, and Bhadravati. So these are the important centers where iron steel are produced in India. Okay, so you may consult a lot to look at these places. But here, uh, see here, actually this map shows distribution of these iron ore producing areas, since most of the traditional large scale manufacturing industries are located nearby the source of the raw materials. So the major iron steel producing areas are more or less or roughly corresponded with these iron ore producing areas, and that is why I am showing this map. I think you will be showing black spots here on the map, and these black dots show the location of the major iron and steel producing areas. Say, for example, this is the Great Lake region, and this is the Appalachian region, okay, the Petersburg area, and so this is the Ruhr region, this is the northwestern Europe. So here this is the Sotanapo Plateau, okay, Ural Mountains, and other places are also there. Up to here, any question, boys and girls?
No, sir.
Okay, then next we have another industry, traditional large scale industry, that is cotton textile industry. So cotton textile industry has three subsectors. Those are handloom, then powerloom, and mill sectors. Okay, cotton textile centers has industries has three subsectors: handloom, powerloom, and the mill sectors. So handloom sector is labor intensive and provides employment to semi-skilled workers. It requires a small capital investment. Okay, handloom, I think here in Manipur also it is there. So this photograph shows a handloom sector in Manipur. Okay, this is the handloom used in Manipur, and see, this is the power loom. This is the power loom. Actually, it is almost the same with the handloom, but it is driven by machines. Okay, it is mechanized, so it is also a power loom used in Manipur. And next we have this is also another power loom used in other parts of India. Okay, and this one. So this is the integrated cotton mills. Okay, this is the weaving mill. That is the mill sector. So this handloom sector involves spinning, weaving, finishing of fabrics. Actually, from spinning to weaving, finishing, all these are done. Okay, by hand only. And the powerloom sector introduces machines and become less labor intensive, and the volume of production also increases as compared to the handloom. Okay, it is faster. Powerloom is faster because it uses machines. Then the last one, cotton textile mill sector is highly capital intensive and produces fine cloths in bulk. That I have shown that picture. Okay, so this is an example of cotton mills. Now let us discuss about the distribution of the cotton mills, cotton textile manufacturing across the world. So cotton textile manufacturing requires good quality cotton as a raw material. So India, then China, USA, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, Egypt produce more than half of the world's raw cotton. That means these are the important producers of raw cotton. The United Kingdom, Northwestern European countries, and Japan also produce cotton textile made from imported yarn. Actually, these countries are not producing raw cotton, but they are importing cotton from other countries like India. So Europe alone accounts for nearly half of the world cotton imports. The industry nowadays has to face very stiff competition with synthetic fibers. That is the fibers made from the petrochemicals. You know, the fibers made from the petrochemicals are known as synthetic fibers, and these are durable, lustrous, okay, wrinkle free as compared to the cotton products, cotton fabrics. And that is why the cotton fabrics are facing a very stiff competition with these synthetic fibers. And because of that, it has now shown a declining trend in many countries. But with the scientific advancement and technological improvements, the structure of the industry changes. For example, German recorded constant growth in cotton textile industry since the Second World War till the 70s, but now it has declined and it has shifted to the less developed countries where the labor costs are low. That means cotton textile mills have been shifted to the Asian countries where the population density is very high, where the labor costs are very low. Okay, so these are about the traditional large scale manufacturing industries Some examples, okay, some examples of the traditional large-scale manufacturing industries. Now we have another type of industrial region. This is a new development, and this is known as high-tech industry, okay, high technology industry or high-tech industry. Now let us discuss what do you mean by high-tech industry. Any question before we start the high-tech industries, boys and girls, do have any question?
No, sir.
Let us read. High technology or simply high tech is the latest generation of manufacturing activities. So this is a new development. This is the latest generation of manufacturing activities. So high-tech industry is best understood as the application of intense research and development, that is R&D, efforts leading to the manufacture of products of an advanced scientific and engineering character. So here the production of things is done on advanced scientific and engineering character. Professional, that is white collar workers, make a large share of the total workforce. That is, the proportion of the skilled workers are very high. Okay, white collar workers share more than the others. These highly skilled specialists greatly outnumber the actual production, that is the blue collar workers. So high skilled workers are more than the semi-skilled or unskilled workers in the case of high-tech industrial regions. Robotics on assembly line, computer-aided design, CAD, and manufacturing, then electronic controls of smelting and refining processes, and the constant development of new chemical and pharmaceutical products are the notable examples of the high-tech industry. Robotics on the assembly line, I think I have shown pictures last time also. See this one. So this photograph shows this BMW plant, okay, BMW automobile industry, and here in this industries robotics technology is used in assembling the cars, and this is what I call assembly line mass production. Okay, so this photograph has been taken in Leipzig in Germany. So this is an example of robotics, use of robotics in the high-tech industries. Then about the computer aided design, okay, about the computer aided design. Okay, I will show you this one. So this is an example of computer assisted design, okay, using a software known as CAD. These designs are made, maybe a part of the automobile, or it can design anything, okay, maybe a rocket or a car or anything, any object, any product can be designed using the computers, and this is what I call CAD modeling, CAD modeling, okay, computer assisted design. So this is another important feature of high-tech industry, okay. Computers are used to design the items, and there is electronic controls of the smelting plants. The qualities are controlled using computers, okay. Then another important feature is that see in this region, the industrial region, okay, is neatly spaced, unlike the traditional one. In case of traditional one, the houses are inferior quality, then it may be occupied by derelict land, then pollution may be there, heaps are these heaps of materials may be there, waste materials may be on the side of the road. But in the case of high-tech industrial region, the area is neatly spaced, then buildings are low, not compact, okay, then modern, dispersed, and office plan led buildings, very neat and clean, rather than the massive assembly structures, factories, and storage areas in the case of traditional large scale industries. So these neatly spaced, then low, modern, dispersed office plan lab buildings mark high-tech industrial landscape. So this is the landscape of the high-tech industries. Neatly spaced, low, modern, buildings are dispersed, and laboratories for these research and development works also there. Okay, then plant business parks for high-tech startups have become part of the regional and local development schemes. So let me show you some more photographs. Okay, actually, this map shows distribution or industrial industry. Okay, and about the high-tech industries. See, so this is a photograph showing a high-tech industrial development zone. Okay, it has been taken in Nanjing, Jiangning in China. I think here you will see the green belts also, and the reason is eco-friendly. So they are developing green belts. Trees are growing, very neat and clean. Buildings are low then dispersed. So this is just an example of the high-tech industrial zone or industrial region. Okay, so high-tech industries which are regionally concentrated, self-sustained, and highly specialized are called technopoles. Here, just see here. Okay, high-tech industrial regions which are self-sustained, which are highly specialized, are known as technopolis. For example, Silicon Valley near San Francisco, then Silicon Forest near Seattle. So these are examples of technopolis. Can you give me some examples of technopolis in India, developing in India? Anybody who can tell me about? Can you tell me any technopoly developed in India? We may cite examples of Bangalore. Okay, now it is known as Bengaluru. So it is developing like Silicon Valley, okay, near San Francisco. So likewise, you may identify other technopolis in India. Okay. Yes, boys and girls, do you have any other question?
No,
And
sir.
this one, so this map shows distribution of cotton textile manufacturing uh, areas in the world. I think you are seeing these symbols. Okay, these represent the location of the major cotton textile manufacturing regions. Here no Western Europe is here. Here also Egypt, then here Asian part, Western Asian part. Here, this is Pakistan and India. Okay, this Tamil Nadu, Karnataka area also there. So this is eastern and southeastern part of Asia. Then Japan also there, and here South Africa also there. So this map represents the distribution of the major cotton textile manufacturing regions in the world. Okay, then if you don't have any other questions, let us stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining my class. Thank you all.